At the crossover event on Sunday, you brought that at Kinnick.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
What was that like for you? I mean, would you want to see women's wrestling there on the field one of these days too?
Honestly, that was my first thought when I walked on. I was like, oh my god, like they're doing this with basketball. They did this with wrestling. I think in 2017 or 2019, some year. And I was like, oh my god, like women's wrestling needs to be here, and I think we're big enough to be on that stage.
So you start with your name.
So what was it like training with Ukrainians? Like, how'd you get over the language block, cultural differences? How'd you figure that out?
There was a couple people that did speak English, but honestly, like being a part of camps where different countries are here, I think it just brings us closer together because even though we're wrestling against each other, we're still part of wrestling, and we always say like wrestling's a family. No matter if you're from this country or that country or from completely different teams in America, we're all a family and we're all trying to get better and all trying to understand more.
Bella, you got a chance to wrestle at the Worlds this year. I mean, what was that experience like, to put in that hard work and, get a chance to compete against the best?
I had an experience at Worlds. People didn't know how sick I was. I had really bad food poisoning, stuff coming out both ends during the matches, before matches. It was not the best experience I wanted, but the entire time I knew that I was just trying to get myself to keep going, and I just kept telling myself that there's people that have been in worse positions than me, and that I have to mentally pursue this, and I'm here, I got this spot, and I just wanted to just give everything I had, no matter the energy level or how sick I was.
And I know you've had a lot of focus on MMA, and you kind of wanted to get this wrestling background, but now that you've made a world team, does that kind of change your perspective on what you really want to do competitive wise?
That was the second I won nationals and I made the world team, because I was supposed to fight this past summer with my dad. We were supposed to have the last fight together. Well, now that got pushed back to this summer, and it's just oh my god, what if this happened or this happened? Now I can't fight with you. And MMA is getting pushed back because I feel like wrestling, every goal that people have in wrestling happens in the earlier years, and I just want to make sure that I have every single goal that I want to check off of wrestling before I continue my life with fighting. And I definitely think that changed, because there was a time where I didn't even want to go to college for wrestling because I thought that I wasn't good enough. I thought that these girls, they were putting their time and life into wrestling, and I'm kind of split between both worlds. And then when I came here and I completely changed my life and just committed to wrestling and saw that I was making so much improvement, I was like, no, my goals are still here. I just have to keep going.
Well, if you don't mind, I was asking and everything, did you identify with the food poisoning, what it was caused by?
We actually don't know. It was me, Coach Chun, a lot of Team USA got sick, and Kennedy got sick. I know she talked about it on an interview one time. Amit got sick. I got so sick that I had to go to the hospital. I got hospitalized and had to go get IVs, and it was bad. I had never gotten food. I got food sick, and it lasted weeks after Worlds too. We think that they might have not, they were reheating the food at the hotel. We have no idea how we all got sick, and we didn't.
For you this season, the mantra's been about for her